Last week, when the president of Ghana was in New York, he went to ring the bell at NASDAQ. And to welcome him, NASDAQ put on a big billboard that said Ghana is open for business. The government of Ghana have been working hard on promoting investment around the world, bringing in foreign investors from other countries to Ghana. That is a good thing for Ghana because we found oil in Ghana thanks to foreign investment. But that is also, some cases, been bad for Ghana. Let me give you an example. Vodafone. Vodafone came to Ghana, ripped off Ghanaians, and left Ghana. Yes, I'm not exaggerating. So, for 10 years, Vodafone didn't pay taxes in Ghana. Actually, in 2015, the government of Ghana had to sue Vodafone. The Revenue Authority had to sue Vodafone for not paying taxes. And why did they do that? Vodafone said they were making losses in Ghana, so they didn't have money to pay tax. And the government found out that Vodafone Ghana was sending money to Vodafone UK. And Vodafone UK said they were using the money to buy technology from Vodafone UK. So the money they were making in Ghana, they were sending it to UK and not paying taxes in Ghana. But even more importantly, one of the reasons why the government of Ghana brought in Vodafone was because Ghana Telecom was struggling to compete with what was then space phone and bars in the age of mobile phones. So as mobile phones were coming in, more and more Ghanaians were buying space phone, which later became MTN, and bars, which later became Tigo. And Ghana Telecom's One Touch SIM wasn't doing well. So mobile phones business, Vodafone was a leader in it around the world. So they brought in Vodafone so that it will help the government-owned Ghana Telecom to compete with Spacephone and Tigo. Will you say Vodafone was successful in their competition? When Vodafone was in Ghana, before Vodafone came to Ghana, MTN was the market leader. Vodafone left Ghana with MTN as a bigger market leader. Failed business Vodafone was for Ghana. It was a good business for them, for Vodafone themselves, but for Ghana, it was failed. And so, foreign investment, as enticing as it looks, hasn't always been good for Ghana. That is why the government of Ghana needs consumer protection and competition protection. Around the world, corporations are becoming more and more powerful. There are some corporations which are even more powerful than governments. So the way to reel in the power of corporation and curb their greed is antitrust. And this is not unique to Ghana. Let me give an example. In 1998, the US government sued Microsoft. Why? Microsoft had them their monopoly in the OS business, right? I use a MacBook, so I don't use Microsoft Windows, but every other computer apart from Apple probably will use Windows, right? So they owned Windows, and so they owned the internet, the computer space. And so when the internet was growing in the 90s, Microsoft wanted to take advantage of their dominance to control the internet access too. So their Microsoft Windows came with the Internet Explorer browser. So it was hard for Netscape and other people to compete with Microsoft. And so the US government sued to allow for competition in the internet browsing space. And now, because of that, we have Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, and Opera and other, browsers. The US government had to force the billion-dollar corporation Microsoft to do that. Another example, same Microsoft. In 2004 and 2008, EU fined them because they were making it difficult for people to use other media players apart from Windows Media Player. So VLS Player, I don't know if you remember that. I love VLS Player. was way better than Microsoft's media player, Windows media player, but Microsoft had some anti-competition practices that was making it difficult for media players to compete with them. So they were sued, and now other media players got a chance to do well on the market, right? Let me give an African example. The steel giant in South Africa was sued by the South African Competition Commission because they were price fixing and abusing their dominance in South Africa. Yeah. So other governments around the world are taking actions to reel in market dominance, right?